Hello, we're on to lesson 3. How do carbohydrates fuel our body? So we left lesson 2 doing our banana investigation and thinking about starch and the sugars that it broke down into. And we get to think about what do we think happens during the digestion process of uh, the molecules from the banana, the carbohydrates, which we get energy from. So this lesson's all about modeling. So to start, we introduce this study about someone digesting a graham cracker. This comes from Open Syed middle school unit 7.4. And so this is where this data has come from. So if students have had Open Syed middle school, they might recognize this from before. So the test subject digests some graham crackers, and it has these different food molecules in it. And students look at data to see what goes up, what goes down during the different stages of digestion in the different organs. We're going to look at this 3 different times throughout the unit. In this lesson, we're just going to focus on what's happening to the glucose, complex carbohydrates, and fiber. So students will record what goes up, what goes down on a worksheet. We use this information to start to build our first of 3 models about carbohydrate digestion. After students make their model, there's opportunity for them to share and compare models. And then we make a consensus model and think about what steps we agree on in regards to carbohydrate digestion and what questions we have left. The next day, we start class with a demonstration. In a fume hood or outdoors, you can light a Cheeto on fire, and you'll see it releases a lot of energy. And this energy, which is calories, can come from fat, 11 grams of fat, 15 grams of carb, and 1 gram of protein. So here are some discussion questions about uh, the hot Cheeto demonstration. And this motivates us to think about how does our body burn food for energy. So this will take you to a web quest that will kind of guide students through uh, a exploration of cellular respiration, the inputs, the outputs, um, glucose, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and water. So then we're going to start to add that to our model. So here's our initial model that we're going to revise. This is the one from my class, so you can replace it with your own. And we're going to update the model to include what we learned from the simulation, the web quest, with information about cellular respiration, the products and the reactants, and then add in 2 other body systems, the circulatory and respiratory system. Now that we know that the circulatory and respiratory system are involved, we look at some data to see how our body regulates heartbeats, breaths, and core body temperature before and after exercise. And we think about how these would impact cellular respiration. We also look at blood carbon dioxide, oxygen levels, and pH, and relate it back to our model and cellular respiration. Seeing that most of these things are regulated and maintain a level of homeostasis, we start to think about in this exit ticket what are blood sugar levels doing? And so the exit ticket has students graph their blood sugar levels, and they label key points about when they exercise, what they ate. And this leads us into the next lesson, which will be all about blood sugar regulation. Thanks for listening.